Commissioners, the meeting is live.
Okay. 30, I call this July 22nd meeting of the Riley County Commission to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Another beautiful, gorgeous morning. Of course, it's fair week, so it'll be 100 by the end of the week. So
Yeah,
we'll have to get used to that. So yeah, well, we'll start off with some public comment this morning. We got anybody? Anything? Anybody? Going once, going twice. We'll close off public comment and we'll move on to commissioner comments. Commissioner McKinley.
Okay, well, Friday morning, we had the ribbon cutting for the new fire station out in Ashland. Had a large crowd of people there and the building looks great. It's gonna be a good service for long years there. I hadn't realized what to talk about that on I-70, that's the easiest one to get out. I-70. Then Friday and Saturday, we went to Kansas City for my birthday. We visited, ran all over it, River Market, Nelson Art Gallery, Plaza. I had met my cousin, who I only see occasionally for lunch one day, and then visited my youngest daughter. The other daughter was so busy we could never meet schedules. But also I found it looks like I have another grandson that's going to be passing me in height. I think all of them are going to pass me up at the rate they're going right now. He's 11 and he's 5'6".
He's basketball players.
He's a soccer player.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Soccer player. One of them's a volleyball player. One of them's a golfer. Then I had a phone call yesterday with the resident regarding problems kind of tied to one of the short-term rentals. So I was going to talk to Clancy about this, and he directed me to send it to Brian.
Beauty of delegation.
Just good management.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot. Friday morning, I did participate in the ribbon cutting ceremony at the new Ashland Bottoms Volunteer Fire Station, as well attended by volunteers, county officials, and the public, and then some Gary County firefighters were there too, and they were really happy that we had that open. Rest of the weekend was pretty quiet. Saturday, I had a lot of plans, but it rained most of the morning, so I spent inside and cleaned the house, which was no fun, but it looks like this week's going to be pretty busy going forward. So that's all I have.
Okay, well, as for me, Thursday afternoon, I actually hopped on YouTube and watched a couple of videos from Kansas Association of Counties. First was titled "Introducing the Kansas Ecological Tool." It's a presentation by Zach Gordy's. He's an ecologist with the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks, and he went through the new tools that they had to do ecological research and reviews. Second video was the new Kansas Works Registered Apprenticeship Program. Courtney Goucher, who's the program manager for the Kansas Office of Apprenticeship, discussed how this new program can help grow and retain county workforce while also helping to cut down on hiring expenses, promoting diversity, creating a skilled pipeline of talent and employees. So that was actually pretty interesting. It's a pretty good program. Friday morning, I too attended the ribbon cutting ceremony. I think we both covered that one pretty well. Just good to see that we got that in finally. We've been messing with that for a long time. So it's nice to see that it's done finally. Also, Friday morning, I met with Julie Gibbs, director of the Riley County Health Department, to discuss a few items, including childcare, particularly childcare licensing, current space and facility needs, distribution of both state and federal grants, and concerns I have with KDHE and kind of what their public health vision seems to be these days. Appreciate the time spent. We had a pretty good dialogue. We also spent some time discussing the upcoming Public Health Roadshow that will be taking place on August 6th here in Manhattan. I don't know where it's at yet, but it's here in Manhattan on August 6th. So yeah, upcoming. Friday afternoon, took a tour with Jim Ganott, president of the Manhattan Area Technical College, and Harry Watts from their board of directors on the brand new Advanced Technology Center that they've been constructing over the last 2 years. This new facility will be housing 7 different programs ranging from bioscience to plumbing and HVAC to building trades, welding, and cybersecurity. Yeah. The new center is the first of 3 total phases to update the campus and bring it to the status to be able to train the needs of the area and regional workforce moving forward. So, and there is an official ribbon cutting for that in late August as well, but they had they were doing the punch list while they were there. So that blue tape, they bought Home Depot out of blue tape. Blue tape was just everywhere. So anyway, and then the weekend just spent kind of finishing up a couple projects while I was able outside, while I was able nice to do so. And NFL training camp start this week. For me, that's usually the first kind of sign of fall. So yep, that's all I've got.
Ready for business?
Yep.
Need a motion for the chair to sign both the Shockey Consulting contract and Riley County's contractual provisions agreement.
Okay, I'd make a motion to approve the selection of Shockey Consultants for Raleigh County's strategic planning process.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign both the Shockey Consulting contract and Raleigh County's contractual provisions agreement. All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Just in time since she started at 7:30 this morning.
A heavy one. Where's its client's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 different forms there. The other one's clearer.
today was today.
Yeah, Greg and I got the memo.
Okay, it's
Yeah, that's good. It's a good time.
Thank you.
No, I'm not sure where it came from.
That maybe you got your birthday.
No,
Next, I need a motion to approve highway use permit granting Raymond Schultz permission to install a residential sewer line under School Branch Road, 18750 School Branch Road, Randolph.
I move to approve the highway use permit granting Raymond Schultz permission to complete the work as outlined.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the highway use permit, granting Raymond Schultz permission to complete the work as outlined in the permit. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign. Next, I need a motion for the CIP project activation.
Okay. I'd make a motion to approve the CIP project activations totaling $533,000.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the CIP project activations listed above totaling $533,000. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
We're getting the easiest one so far.
So far, just change yourself.
Yeah, because it's a
Oh, yeah.
stack of elections, folks coming up here.
You. Next, Commissioner, I have Riley County Employee Action Forms for David Strukenschmidt, new hire temporary election worker. David Alexander, new hire temporary election worker. Cheryl Jones, new hire temporary election worker. Rosemary Alexander, new hire temporary election worker. Kyle Johnson, new hire temporary election worker. Joan Fishney, new hire temporary election worker. And Ronnie Stanfield, new hire temporary election worker. All three, please sign.
We've been pretty good here with.
Yeah, we're sitting pretty good for the primary.
How's early voting going?
Slow. Generally starts out slow for a primary. Get more and more each day. That's just it. There's not a lot of
primary
that's
this year.
it, you know, so and that has an impact, no special questions, so that has an impact.
Yeah, I'm not sure mine, if there's any primaries for me.
I guess I forgot to mention that I actually voted last Thursday.
Oh. Good deal.
Well, there's all the precinct people that are up.
Yeah, lots of precinct people, but that's not big on people's radars. Township officer. Thank you. Commissioners, any changes in the minutes?
I would make a motion to approve the minutes as presented, from the July 18th, 2024 meeting.
Second,
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as written from the July 18th meeting of the Riley County Commission. All in favor?
Aye.
How do the tentative agendas look, commissioners? Any,
like the start of the meeting Thursday.
Yeah.
what's that?
I like the start of the meeting Thursday.
Do you? Yeah, that's my favorite day. I was
Did you
thinking
see
that when
who-
I saw
did
that.
you- Well, what's his name? Troy Warrington, one of his daughters is one of the.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and I are good friends from back in the college days. That's been a few years.
Yeah.
Yep, we are good friends from back then. Yep. Any items for next week's press conference, commissioners? Sounds good. Next, you have Bob Isaac at 9:00.
Yeah, announce your name and.
You noticed that too.
Yeah, my phone's been picking up voice messages, text messages. It wouldn't do that over the weekend. I could put in pocket to the phone.
Oh.
Now it's picking up everything. Now it's still doing it. I shut it off.
Well, and mine's got a bug in it. Ads pop up from behind. I've taken it in and they can't figure out where it is either. It's just in the middle. Sometimes the ad will pop up and the phone rings and the ad won't come off. Can't answer the phone because there's an ad that I can't get off the phone to answer.
What's that AI? How many times that shit?
Yeah, I told you about the fireworks stand that was the Riley County one. The corner Kimball and Tuttle and Troy was working at it is with 4-H. His daughters are involved, and so he was working at his daughters. Got to see him and talk to him there. Of course, he doesn't live that far from me. He just lives down the road on Conroy Road. You know, it's a crow flies. He's probably a mile and a half from me.
Oh, really?
Actually, a house right next door to where Cindy Cable used to live in that area.
Those flies there. You have to, but you get there, it's 5 miles probably. It's the time you get out.
You get there, it's probably-
You gotta go out to the highway.
Probably 3 to 4. No, because you go down, Frog Holler, Stockdale Park Road, and there's a little dirt road that goes over to Connery Road. And his house is right on Connery, which is a gravel road. That's probably 3 to 4 miles, gravel road mostly.
So it's, yeah. Distance. But trying to correlate. So I know they had the deal.
There's a deal on the merger.
Oh, really? Yeah, I did not realize that. Yeah, my wife says, of course, as teachers know, but they're really good kids, you know? Yeah.
I figure. Very. I think that's, I'm helping pulling that, but the whole new source solution. Very exhilarating. This is the agreement, it goes to apply, and then down to. That's what I did for the application. Just like it's any like the package. So he's gonna sign, and I'm very, so this resolution. I did that specifically out of she didn't sign it.
We got Fort Riley Boulevard messed up again. Actually, holes they patched those.
Yeah, I'm never
So they've closed, a lane, right? Where that curves.
Oh, on the curve.
On the curve. Forgot about it this morning. But yeah, they got these great big holes.
Yeah.
Trying to put asphalt in again, and dug all the asphalt out.
Oh.
They have put concrete in there. Stand up.
That's what they did on the other.
Mhm. I don't know why they didn't do that. People are yelling and screaming about it. Me too.
Oh, that makes sense to me, right? So this is. Yeah, I just. It's very. I'll show you say.
Yeah, I went through there. Granddaughter, not all that tall.
Basically.
Two of them passed me.
Really?
17 and 15.
Really?
The other two were 11.
3 or 4.
Six.
And Jan's tall, and that's where I really, if you watch most families, a lot of times the height comes from the female side.
Well, that's what my one, he saw this weekend, he's passed his mom, he's 11, he's passed his mom, he's quite big, I think it's actually dad. Because they don't even want to tall, but. But I know that like, I think the generations just get taller. And I go to church, I'm not the tallest, but I'm not really that tall. Once in a while, I'll go see his doors. And there's a whole bunch of those guys, there's all, they're all tall, they're not all.
They have.
Way down the line.
It's just.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
They do the job.
It's like all,
That happens in just different generations.
Yes.
it's like all my son, recessive tall, Gene, he's 6'2".
So.
But he was a twerp all the way through sophomore year, his summer year, 5 inches. He was one of those that continued to grow in college.
Yeah.
He was a late bloomer.
Our youngest daughter Nancy, she's like, she didn't get that tall, but it was 3 or 4 years old, right? She was 3 inches a year. For 3 or 4 years in a row, because she had very short, and she still did a lot too, but she was
Today, it was a long time.
really short. He was the big soccer player, got him in the soccer.
Really?
He won that. So I thought we were going there this weekend. Well, turned out he didn't have a game this weekend yet. He's went back, he was soccer all the time, but he didn't have one this weekend.
My years will be coming up doing that,
Yeah.
chasing grandkids around.
Yeah, I think I've seen this. I think I've seen this one week.
That's little Carson, our oldest one, stayed the night with us Saturday night,
I think so.
9 months old.
Oh, no, he's the oldest.
She is.
She is. Carson, okay.
Yeah.
That could be either.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good name.
Yeah, I like it. Carson with a K. Oh, yeah, she's big, just like her mom. Got her mom's little attitude too.
Is that
good? And I know you know this, but she's my daughter that's closest to my attitude, so.
Oh, okay.
And everyone in the family knows that.
That says all.
She's a registered nurse up at the surgical center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it.
All right.
Nancy's, was this weekend, her son's got the same attitude she has, and she doesn't like it. I said, well, and we'll remind her, yeah, when you didn't know.
Yeah.
Acting. It's kind of good. It's an attitude she had. She didn't like it on the other side.
Yeah, probably not.
Kids were doomed, though. My wife's got a strong personality too, so they were doomed either way. How's the garden doing?
They just. That's because you sent them in the. Somebody got tomatoes all over the place. But had 3 or 4.
Also,
Now there's no rest of they're kind of white, when they serve.
Yeah,
My plants look great, but not much production.
The plants.
Great, the plants are beautiful, but
that happened to me like last year and I said, nah, no more tomatoes.
same with my peppers. They look great, but
Yeah.
not getting a ton of peppers yet.
Like too much rain.
Peppers finally started. I told you.
Yeah,
I sat there for a month. They didn't grow. They didn't die. They didn't.
all my plants are doing eggplant.
I did get some
great.
jalapenos.
Yeah, I've just gotten a couple, but not very many. Pumpkin plants look good.
Yeah.
Got some spaghetti squash growing. And butternut squash. But nothing's producing really good. Plants look great. Not to do some on.
I'm just producing a lot of cucumbers. The vines aren't going great. They kind of look, but I'm getting cucumbers. So. Yeah, it's tomatoes and in the vines or there's tomatoes. And I didn't tying them up. I used some red rag when you place. I went, oh, there's some red. Oh,
Fooling yourself. Huh?
yeah. I've done that a couple of times now. See some red go out there. Oh, red.
Mhm. Don't rag again.
Yeah, picture. It's got a trail camera.
Where was that at?
I don't know, somebody sent it to me.
Huh.
I don't know where it was. It's cute.
It's a young mountain lion.
Yeah, it is. It must be out in Colorado.
Pretty.
That's a good one. I need one in my backyard. Where I can one of the neighbors got one of these. I'm trying to get it in there. It's nailed onto the tree. Interesting.
Hey, Bob. Good morning, folks.
Morning.
Bill and Kim Richards have made application with Raleigh County Planning and Development requesting to replat lots 59A and 59B of Sam N. Rogers subdivision together into a single lot. Brian Westberg from BG Consultants represented the applicant for the petition. The nearly 1 acre parcel is generally located approximately 680 feet west of Sandella Drive on the south side of Marion Avenue in the Sam and Rogers subdivision. The subject property was platted as lots 59A and 59B of Sam and Rogers subdivision in December of 1957. An older urban scale subdivision that's served by on-site wells and septic and lateral systems. The subject site is assessed in its entirety as a single parcel and developed with a single family dwelling built circa 1968. The applicant wishes to construct an accessory structure, a garage, in a location on existing lot 59A. However, the Riley County Land Development regulations require the accessory structure be built on the lot or tract occupied by the principal structure. Essentially, the replat only involves eliminating the common property line between the two lots. The property has been zoned, was zoned A1 single family residential during the 1974 zoning conversion process. The name of the zoning district was changed to SF1 single family residential in May of 2012. And the name of the zoning district was again changed to SF2 single family residential in January of 2022 with the adoption of the LDR. Riley County Fire District Number 1 will continue to serve the site. The nearest county fire station is the Tuttle Creek Fire Station located at 4120 Highway 13. The subject site is located within 5 road miles of the fire station. This is the final plat illustrating the orientation and location of the new lot's boundaries. The utility easement along the lot line to be vacated is being used and will not be vacated with this replat. This is a pic of the site looking directly south from Marion Avenue, standing at the entrance to the lot. This is the existing home occupying the property. The tree line on the right of the photo is the west property line. And this is the southern portion of the parcel standing at the west end of Rogers Boulevard looking north. And this is one final one looking across existing lot 59A with the house occupying lot 59B. You can see the overhead power lines that transect the lots from east and west. The existing outside and septic lateral system occupies a portion of this area as well. So on July 11th, the Manhattan Urban Area Planning Board unanimously approved the final plat of PK Richards Edition, along with the deviations requests of section 26.5B 3-C and section 26-5C-4 of the Manhattan Development Code. As it was determined that the request met the minimum requirements of the Riley County Land Development Regulations, Riley County Sanitary Code, and those articles previously mentioned of the Manhattan Development Code. Staff recommends that the Board of County Commissioners acknowledge the approved final plat of PK Richards Edition, as it was determined that it meets the minimum requirements of those articles mentioned of the Manhattan Development Code and Riley County Sanitary Code. It's fairly straightforward. If you have any questions for me, that concludes my presentation. Sure.
No questions here.
The standard stuff.
Yep.
I'd make one to approve resolution 072224 acknowledging the approved final plat of PK Richards Edition and accepting the easements, right of way or licenses as shown to be indicated on the final plat, as it is determined it meets the requirements of Article 26.5, 26.8, 26.9 of Manhattan Development Code and Riley County Sanitary Code.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 072224, acknowledging the final plat of PK Richards Edition and accepting easements, right of ways, or licenses as shown to be dedicated on the final plat, as it was determined that it meets the requirements of Article 26-5, 26-8, and 26-9 of the Manhattan Development Code and the Riley County Sanitary Code. All in favor?
Aye.
All three, please sign.
That's some help.
Yeah, always is.
So we have a minor reference sign. Nancy, I'll need your signature as well.
No.
Okay. County.
Might even waste the key this time.
Let's not go crazy.
Okay.
Our house in Cataract used to have
Oh, really?
that tree thing that's owned by the Rogers.
It is.
That one down there is crazy.
The county ain't worried about purchasing it. Here we go.
Should be, yeah, he won't.
Will not.
Okay.
There's a little pool on that one house property that had it. Yeah.
Yeah. A whole bunch of things. The house hasn't fallen down.
I know, it will at some point.
He lives in. He did, he really, he lived in the bottom.
I wonder if it's filled up.
You could like over there at night, you'd see some kind
I
of
would hope not.
gas light burning in there because there's no electricity.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Maybe nervous on the meantime.
Yeah.
No, we went to them.
Okay. We're on that right. Pretty much great. It is, yeah, it's nice.
So. I left it like that.
Yeah.
I know, I was ready for my girl. Yes, it's like the Corey comes up with. I don't know, they're coming up with, you know.
Unfortunately, a lot of work to go through. Sometimes.
I know. It wasn't that way. Yeah, yes. Yeah. I wanted to go to the farmer's market. Yeah.
So I needed to check the battery.
It's like. Forget this. I know, I like to put that on forever. Good morning.
Thank you.
Closer than we have. Thank you for leaving. You weren't here the day we were like practically there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're closer today, but yeah, there was one day they were squished together. Everything was here. I don't know what happened. It's super weird. So I'll be able to. Yeah. Dang it. I know it's your favorite.
You know, hardly enough, the only time I wouldn't mind getting up there was during the COVID when I had to wear a mask.
Oh, really? That's unusual. It was so weird.
Unless you're volunteering.
Well, I mean.
Still worried, it wasn't about which one. Yeah, there's no way they're both gonna make it.
Heard about our tight end recruit entertaining going to KU,
Oh,
Lincoln Cure.
now he's talking about.
Maybe I'm not gonna get it in,
Where your brother plays.
yeah.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It is. You got to hear it,
So you were talking about having to get, I got a new phone this weekend and I was having a lot of the same issues that you guys were discussing. I don't know what's going on. It's like a car, you pay it off and then everything is okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to call IT this morning because I couldn't get my work email on here and I was like, this is not important. But I feel ridiculous that I can't get this to work. I don't know why. It was a disaster.
What kind of phone did you get?
The Samsung S24 Plus. So I don't know how to use it. Yeah. I was trying to get it set up and everything transferred over in Verizon on Friday. And I was having a heck of a time and could barely figure out how to like X-ray on it. It's all I ever know my phone.
Oh, I tell you, I don't even want to go, I don't even want to go there.
They're pretty bonkers.
Bad enough as it is.
That's 5 years old, which to me didn't sound bad, but they all acted like I had an
Had an
antique.
Like a flip phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a person I work with who still has a flip phone.
Well, they're coming back.
Coming back.
Yeah.
They're popular again.
Yeah.
Well, and they saw one, they've got a flip that the screen flips.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
how long is that gonna last? That old, it's not gonna last, I don't
It'll
think.
last a year. That's when they expect you to replace it.
My big problem is like how much space all the software takes. So I have this old watch and I wanted to upgrade my watch because it dies by like 5 p.m. Well, in order to, I got the new watch, but I can't get the new watch uploaded to my phone because it takes like 8 gigabytes of memory and, you
And
know,
there's,
the phone itself, just the software takes half your memory, so. And I just kept deleting stuff and deleting stuff and deleting stuff. So frustrated.
I've got an iPad at home that doesn't work at all because it doesn't have enough.
Yeah, it doesn't have
storage.
enough, like, yeah, well, that's what it's going to get to with my cell phone. I found out you can't even, because I went shopping on it, and you can't even buy a cell phone with this much, as little of memory of what mine currently has, and they're all twice as much of that.
Well, when you pick your plan,
Oh, gosh.
yeah, Verizon has a new plan. Weston was like, well, didn't we already have like the top one? I'm like, well, there's another one now, and it's like ultimate unlimited.
Oh, I know.
He's like, what's the difference?
You can get a free phone if you get.
Oh, I did, yeah.
It was like, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm still on the fence. Spent the whole weekend getting it in and my cart and out of the cart.
Yeah.
9:15. Talk about something else besides phones.
Less frustrating.
Yeah.
Good morning, it's Amy Mangus, Register of Deeds. And I am here to talk about United Way. So for several decades, Riley County has partnered with Conzi United Way to support their mission of creating long-lasting changes by addressing the underlying causes of community problems. To do so, we have offered payroll deduction options for employees who would like to donate directly from their payroll. In the past, we've also held countywide campaign programs and had the director, Tara Clausen, come provide educational programs at the county. I can't see.
Yes, yeah, hey, check on your computer.
Oh, good lordy.
I can't see the screen either.
I've never looked at it. Okay. Oh, this will be much better. Okay,
So we're not the
So-
only ones.
at some point prior to COVID, those efforts dwindled. In 2022, we began to refocus our employer-based support of United Way again with a 2-week campaign program and raised 4,700 in pledges for United Way. In 2023, we hosted a month-long campaign in February, which included a presentation by the United Way director, a commission proclamation, United Way t-shirts and jeans day during the month, a raffle for PTO, employee recognition, and matching donation sponsors. So in 2023, we were able to raise $7,636 in pledges. For 2024, we have formed a United Way working group consisting of myself, Betsy Hughes, Public Works, Lindsay Flores, County Attorney, and Sherry Moran, Treasurer. This group, working with the Executive Director of United Way, Tara Clausen, would like to propose the following for our United Way campaign 2024. The annual campaign kicks off on September 17th, 2024, and Riley County has been invited to participate in the Pace Setter program, which consists of 8 organizations who start the campaign prior to the kickoff date to help create excitement and energy for the upcoming campaign year. This year, our proposed campaign dates would be the month of August, I think August 1st to 30th.
Yeah, so go to the proclamation now.
With the weekly activity highlighting participation. So for week 1, we're looking at pledge participation and what is United Way. We would have Tara Clausen come speak to groups, describing what United Way does and where our pledges go. And employees can participate by listening to her informational talk and completing a pledge form, either donating or not, and they would be registered for a raffle ticket. Week 2 would be a bake sale here at the county office and a breakfast bar for Public Works and the Health Department. And again, we'd have United Way information available. By participating and completing pledge forms, employees receive another raffle ticket. Week 3 would be baby picture guessing game in the format of bingo-like cards. Employees would guess who the department head, commissioner in each picture is. Employees would donate to United Way to participate and would receive a raffle ticket for each correct answer. And then for week 4, the United Way work group will sponsor flamingo cutouts to be placed at the employee workstations.
Okay.
Employees donate to block someone else's workspace and to move them from one workspace to another. Finally, there would be 2 activities lasting the entire month. Employees can donate to wear jeans and a United Way Riley County t-shirt, and for an additional fee, tennis shoes. And the department with the highest participation rate would be recognized by a tea and lunch celebration sponsored by Commissioner Ford. Our group is also asking for support on the following incentives. Employees who purchase the United Way campaign t-shirts would be allowed to wear their shirts and jeans while at work during the month. Employees who participate in any of the above will get in the raffle for an additional 8 hours of PTO. and employer recognition at the BOCC for top pledges. And as an extra incentive, both Commissioner Ford and myself have agreed to match all pledges up to 1,000 each, effectively tripling the value of everyone's pledge. The fiscal impact would be 8 hours of PTO. And our group is recommending that the commissioners approve the Kansa United Way campaign proposal and incentives. Are there any questions?
Third year in a row.
Okay, well, I would make a motion to approve the Kansa Way United campaign proposal as presented.
Second.
Moved in second to approve the Kansa United Way campaign proposal as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Maybe we should take that opportunity, since it is approved, to ask everyone at the front table if they would be willing to participate in the baby picture bingo.
Yes,
So we would very much like all department heads and commissioners, if possible, to participate, so. If you would like to, we want to keep it secret, so just send them directly to Amy, or pictures directly to Amy, and she'll get it.
So you need this online kind of thing.
Well, we're gonna have like bingo cards and your picture on it, and then they have to guess, and I think Lindsay Flores from the attorney's office kind of has the set up the idea of how to do it, so.
I'm gonna have to dig through some.
Yeah.
Or the pictures, it doesn't have
you
to
were
be.
thinking baby to toddler. I mean, something.
Probably be that.
For normal, right? Thank you very much. I'm like, you probably look exactly like that as a baby as well.
I'll probably be a hard one to pick. But
That'll be good. That'll be great.
didn't come out with a mustache.
You didn't come out with that like.
Shortly after I got it.
Oh, shoot.
It matured early.
Mhm.
Next, we have press conference at 9:30.
It's not bad.
I know what baby picture I could use, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah, that's much of
Nobody could recognize that.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna get my wife involved. I don't know where my baby pictures are.
I know, I've got a bunch of
Father one
boxes.
is.
This is your look, that's crazy. You got a whole piece of this one's the, no, so this is very, oh, some like, yeah, picture of me.
Thing is with older pictures, that just the picture time itself and close kind of gives it away,
black and white, they're gonna know.
Oh, no.
So I think, sure, got some somewhere.
Yeah. Do you think that's better than the words that my kids today have every moment of their lives? Seems like. Little close down there.
Hosanna,
Yes, good.
good, good weekend,
Yeah.
good.
He's gonna cover up your jet lag, you know.
How much rain did you get, Greg? I got an inch.
That's what we had.
Man, I could not believe how that second round came through. I thought after the first one,
It
it
was
was
in Kansas
done.
City, and it didn't rain.
Oh, yeah. And
It sprinkled a couple of times on us.
Blake and I were working on his house and then thought, well, it's done. And then here come another round and it stuck around for a while.
Yeah.
So I was like, unreal.
You know, I came home.
Wow.
The rain fall. morning.
Yeah,
Well,
I couldn't believe it.
finally cleared about 1 o'clock.
Turn around the monitor, I think that's what she wants.
It's nice, I haven't had water in the yard
Yeah,
all summer.
at least we're far enough. Now we had stuff inside the house we could do, you know?
Yeah.
He's
So,
like, he's like, let me see, I'll have a
Sprinkle
picture of you.
sometimes
He's
and
like, right.
even once, enough that you turn the wipers on just a little bit.
There's like 20 pictures of us, like, sleep. Really took this.
timing wise, it was needed. The crops were showing some from the severe heat, some stress.
Yeah.
My cilantro, I've been,
This is the picture I just had to capture.
a little bad. I came
Yeah,
back
Maria was very nice.
yesterday and it's dead.
Oh, my goodness.
Really?
Well,
I got it.
I don't, something, it looked fine and then all of a sudden something happened to it.
yeah, we use a lot of cilantro. Darnell does cooking. Always plant a batch of it. Planted a batch of garlic this year. Lori in our office has a huge thing of garlic and she brings it in for the office all the time. So I planted some of those. And Darnell cooks with a lot of garlic too, frequently. So
I can't eat
I'm
it.
just saying.
yeah, I like garlic.
Onions and peppers, and peppers, I think anything that.
I love fresh green onions from the garden. And my youngest daughter, Morgan, she absolutely loves green onions. That girl, she.
I just, the bulbs.
Yeah.
Used to eat the green onions as a kid, bills, I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, we eat them like crazy like that. Matter of fact, our first batch matured, so had to order some. I looked all around town, couldn't find any, so ordered some onions bulbs from online. They just got in. Actually took them a while to get here, so I think Darnell's gonna put his garden tonight.
Yeah.
I asked her last, I said, did our onions ever come in? Because it's been like 2 weeks. She goes, oh, yeah, they're done for the day yesterday. And she goes, so she's been trying to plant them today or decided to plant them yesterday. After I got done working on the house.
Yeah, whereas I didn't see him, she just got that morning, they got a new gaming computer. He was working on setting that up.
I have no patience for setting that stuff up.
He was,
Always having like kids do it,
yeah.
or a TV or anything, you know?
His desk and could rearrange his desk. So I was taking it apart and rebuilding the desk to make it work. That's the one where he isn't, he's so quiet, he barely speaks. His mom is not that way. Yeah. She just started school and we talked about, she didn't wouldn't talk, she talked like, no, when she finally got comfortable in school, and then they wish she hadn't have been here.
I have a best friend growing up back home that Vince, and then he was like that, you know. People around you and think you talk, but close friends like me, you talk your leg off, you know, but anyone strange around, nope, I'm not talking.
She started and then she. Out here. He doesn't, he's just.
What happened? Really good. Really good. Yeah.
Okay, we're at 9:30. I'll let you go ahead and start, Anna, since Evan's not here. You here right now?
Good morning, Commissioners. Anna Burson with the Riley County Appraiser's Office, and just wanting to let everyone know that we are in the process of updating both residential and commercial real estate records as part of the annual maintenance process and continuing reappraisal. The appraisal staff will be conducting on-site inspections of sales as part of the sales validation process as well. So these processes are mandated by Kansas law. Not all properties are due for annual reinspection. Of those that are, some will be physically inspected. So at the time of the inspection, if a property owner is not home, the appraiser will leave a green card questionnaire at the door. And then all other properties that are due for annual reinspection will receive one of these questionnaires in the mail. If you receive this notice, we are asking property owners to fill out the green card and return it to our office by August 15th. Anyone who receives a questionnaire in the mail has the option to fill out an online questionnaire that can be accessed from our website and submit that instead of mailing out the green card. So we know that some people prefer the online, so that is also an option. But you do not need to fill out that form unless you've received one of these. And so, again, with the property owner, with the appraisers out doing the inspections, our staff are very easily recognized. They'll be driving a vehicle with the Riley County logo on it. They'll be wearing shirts with the Riley County logo, and they will have their badges. So if any property owners have questions or concerns, they are welcome to reach out to our office. Thank you.
Go ahead, Vivian.
Morning, Commissioners, Vivian Leyva, Public Information Officer. Just another reminder that as of July 1st, some Riley County government offices began operating on a new schedule with new customer service hours. The building across the way at 110 Courthouse Plaza is open to the public Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. and Friday from 7:30 a.m. to noon. And this includes the appraiser, county clerk, and elections. Election staff have moved upstairs to this building, but they are still operating on this new schedule. Treasurer and motor vehicles, planning and development, and environmental health. The Register of Deeds, that office is available by appointment Friday afternoons. And then the Riley County K-State Extension Office also available by appointment Friday afternoons, except of course this Friday, because they'll be at. People are asked to please call ahead to schedule those Friday afternoon appointments. And then departments in other buildings such as District Court, Health Department, and Public Works will maintain their current schedules. And all full-time employees will continue to work a minimum of 40 hours each week. And for more information, folks can visit the Riley County website at rileycountyks.gov or give us a call at 785-537-6300. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Evan.
Morning, Evan McMillan, Public Works. Just wanted to give a reminder, we will be closing the transfer station on Saturday. We're going to be installing those scales, so we'll be closed full day.
Okay, 1 day back operational.
Yeah, back up on Monday.
Okay,
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioner Rich Barber, Riley County Clerk. Want to remind everyone advanced voting did begin on July 17th. Also remind individuals that the voter registration deadline was July 16th. So anyone that would like to change their voter registration still can, but it doesn't become effective until the general election in November. Advanced voting hours, of course, as Vivian just went through the office hours, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to noon on Friday. Also, advanced voting by state law closes August 5th at noon. And then, of course, we'll have all the polls open for the primary election day, August 6th. So far, as of Friday, we've had 84 individuals participate in person with advanced voting. We have mailed out 653 mail ballots and have sent out 45 federal service that we're waiting for return. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Commissioners, you have Anna Burson at 9:40.
I'd be here for one election work. About 7:30 start.
don't like that.
They don't like the 5:30 starting either on election day.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Well, somebody doesn't look bad at times.
Yeah, they're not big fans of that one
Evenings are
either.
bad. I bet none of that bothered me, just have a chance to harass me.
Yeah, we do get, we got to start so early on election day. Yeah. That's one deadline we have to meet is the opening of the polls. Big meeting for the Manhattan City Commission tomorrow.
Yeah.
Meeting with candidates, such as this afternoon at the Discovery Center.
Right.
City Commission.
Yeah.
Or the city.
Manager.
Oh, there's a meet and greet.
Like 4:30 to 6 at the Discovery Center.
Oh,
And I've got to miss the intergovernmental today.
for shame, for shame.
And had something else pop up and then.
Not you're like you're not familiar with that topic.
Yeah, I continue true. Yeah.
What is,
Amanda's gonna be talking about the comprehensive plan.
Mhm. So I get your sandwich.
Yeah.
Who's gonna call it? Too slow, too slow.
Early bird gets to the.
Be quicker than that.
You can have his cookie.
Oh, that's wow.
Oh, that's good. I'll go for that one. You have to fight for that cookie.
I won't be there, son. Do whatever. Do whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Commissioners. Anna Burson with the Appraiser's Office. I am here requesting to refill the Appraiser two, the recently vacated Appraiser two position as an Appraiser two from Appraiser one. It's a residential position. The Appraiser two residential position became vacant on July 11th, and this position is crucial to the work that the Riley County Appraiser's Office does. I'm requesting permission to post and refill this position as soon as possible. Again, vital in Riley County, given the sales volume and ongoing growth, maintaining full staff is crucial. We're seeking a candidate with 2 years of appraisal experience to refill the Appraiser two position. If we do not receive applicants with the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities, I would request to refill the position as an Appraiser one. The position descriptions are attached for your review. This position has been in place in the Appraiser's Office budget already as a two, so there's no fiscal impact. And my recommendation is to post and refill the position at the earliest opportunity. There's the solution.
You've done that before, that you try for shoes and take away, you don't take one and start up.
We were fortunate at one point when we had a three open, we were able to hire as a two. And so we can be helpful, but yes, we will hire as a one and train if necessary.
Yeah, I'll move to approve posting and refilling the Appraiser two residential position as an Appraiser two or one.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded to posting and refilling the Appraiser two residential position as a two or a one. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All three, please sign. Thank you, Anna. Next, Commissioner, you have John Ellerman up at 9:50.
John got the purple tie message too.
Oh, yeah.
It's a purple day.
Yeah.
Nope, no purple here, unfortunately. I thought about it. Where's the school? Where's the school in this drawing?
What's that?
The school on this drawing, where is it?
It's not on there. Yeah, it would be farther in town, the school.
Yeah. So this is just this one.
That's going into town on the east side.
Yeah, it says the schools and.
But people coming off of the highway, where they come off the highway, they can fly down.
This is the highway.
You know,
The highway is just to the north of there. Highway's like up in here.
Trying to orient myself, but
Mhm.
it just doesn't.
The highway when you're going to Leonardville, that direction.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. That road just
Fork,
immediately.
the fork in the road,
The
you know, where
fork
the
where it
fork in the
goes.
road is, that's.
That little garden trailer, or used to be, or now they have a little garden
That's got
shop
no, yeah,
with the
Oh.
best cheap cinnamon rolls every Friday.
They're not there anymore. She's not there.
Yeah,
They
there-
used to be a little garden like
she's got a
truck
truck
sale,
out
but
there.
now she's got a little shop.
Oh, okay. She does have some.
We have to go a different way, you can't find it.
So this is where he's talking about, but so right now it didn't go to 30 till here. This is,
From
this
there.
is school right there. But now it's, right now I think it's 45 all the way.
Okay.
You want to get to 30. There's
Nice.
kids walking, there's no shoulder or anything.
Oh, there is.
Kids
Oh,
walking. Kids have from, oh, kids, I don't know if there's any kids. Oh, yeah, well, they got kids there. They have to walk, basically, on the road.
That'd be good if we could do that.
There it is, Catherine.
Yeah. I see
Yeah, I
that,
thought it
yeah.
was showing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were looking for the school.
So I was looking for lights. Okay. Yeah, I just in that little piece on the screen, I couldn't
Yeah.
quite figure out where it was. So. I was looking at this, I didn't pull all that up. And then the town drops down to 30.
Yeah. I was saying, still one says it's 30. Fork in the road is, it's right here, sort of shop. It was. Like I say, it started out, just with a pickup. Thing in the back with a, and still just had a box, as prices listed in the box.
Mhm.
Money in,
Oh, okay, yeah, so she has a truck out there, that's good.
and like I said, she started just doing the pickup.
Mhm.
It's going so well, and she has some catering, stuff. She has a commercial kitchen in the basement.
Okay.
She's got cinnamon rolls, and then she also has casseroles, pies,
Goodness.
and they all sell pork because everybody's all this thing. Sell pork there.
In there too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make. Right up there.
And then they just put in the spring, she has plants and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And she got vegetables in there and Oh, right, you can see the frame of it there. It wasn't done yet. You got a greenhouse here.
Oh, goodness.
Ready to go? Okay.
It's eggs, because the chicken, like there, Sam has the eggs.
John Ellison, Public Works.
Send us the eggs.
This morning I have to you a request to lower speed limit. And this was from the east city limits out east on Kansas Avenue out of Riley. The existing speed limit is 45 from this point to the city limits here. This other section is KDOT property, part of the highway, so we're gonna leave that portion out since we might not still have an answer if I request to do that in that section. So, the report is in there that from this information we gathered, set counters out at just west side of Union Road, which the park was in, west of Pheasant Ridge and right at the city limits there. We had about, I guess the count is about 1,400, 1,495 to 1,415 between Pheasant Ridge and city limits. Got an oddball count on the one east of Union. I think that we must have had problems with the counter at the time.
Oh.
Whatever there, that doesn't make, I can't make it make sense. So, the speed limits don't seem out of line, for averages and the 85 percentile. The typical engineering setting of speed limits is you run counters like this in certain spots. 85 percentile is the number of vehicles that 85% of the vehicles that are running that speed or less. So when we at the city limits, 85 percentile is 40 miles an hour. So 85% of the vehicles are driving 45 miles or less at that point. Engineering wise, I had a hard time making a recommendation on this. The speeds, the drivers are comfortable driving at the speed limit that it as spoken to. As you get further out, of course, they pick up speed right about Pheasant Ridge. They're right at the 45 miles an hour, 43. And on the east end is 48. So 45 seems to be a good fit for there. There is other considerations to be had as a residential area, pedestrian traffic, bicycle traffic, any other dangerous situations of the geometry of the roadway. The road is 24 foot wide, paved road, 2 foot at the most shoulders along that section of road. There is a culvert working right in here. There's a crossroad culvert, fairly small concrete box, and it's also narrow. So that gives us even maybe a foot or so of shoulder on the road over that box. As we were out here taking counts and putting up counters, the guy doing that had a neighbor come up and tell him that there were people do walk on that section of road, just whether they're going to school, park, or in the town, I'm not sure, but there is some traffic on the road, pedestrian traffic. So, I mean, in that case, that's somewhat the reason why I recommended maybe lowering the speed limit, but not from out here, but in here somewhere, right about in here.
That's kind of where the rise in the road.
And I think there's a little rise here, but it also catches the 2 residential subdivisions.
The streets.
Statutes gives you the ability to go and post them how you want, within certain restrictions. And this is that you're within your rights to do that, or tell me that you want to do something different. 30 mile an hour is MUTCD approved and statute approved for residential areas like this. That's why in town is 30. Speed limit in town changes right at city limits. Whatever your decision is, I'd like to suggest that we put up a flashing light on these signs, the speed limit sign. That way it draws the traffic attention to that sign. And it makes help aware of that they need to slow down getting into town. Those signs are similar to what you see out on Anderson Road and going into Keats, or the lights are. Minimal cost, I guess, to make that aware. They're about $2,500 a piece for the sign and the installation. And the other signs we're looking at less than $500 to move the speed limit, reduction ahead, and move the 30-mile-an-hour back, and add signs as we need to.
How about putting the flash light at both ends or just on the one coming in?
I think probably both ends.
Because one place says two signs, one place says one.
Yeah, I requested put it on the west side coming into town too. I wouldn't do it coming out.
Yeah, that's what I say. Just I can put the speed limit sign coming out, but the flashing one just on the east end coming into town.
Okay.
They attempted to write motion. So if you don't like it, you're welcome to change it. It won't bother me.
We would have to do the resolution to lower the speed limit plus approve the flashing yellow light. Is that what you're saying?
The resolution for sure, you need the
Okay.
motion to, I'd like to have the motion there to set the flashing light on, just so I have your approval to do so.
Okay, so that could be in one motion. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it one turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I would make a motion to approve the resolution to lower the speed limit on Kansas Avenue to 30 mph from the East Raleigh city limits to 500 feet east of the Pheasant Ridge Road intersection. Plus put a flashing yellow light on the speed limit sign entering the city of Riley put a flashing yellow light on the east edge. Is that all right? Over by Pheasant Ridge intersection. Is that okay?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution to lower the speed limit on Kansas Avenue to 30 miles per hour from East Riley city limits to 500 feet east of Pheasant Ridge Road intersection, and approve the installation of a flashing yellow light on the speed limit sign entering the city of Riley on Kansas Avenue. All in favor? Aye.
All three signed, please. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Next, Commissioners, you have Mr. Holman at 10:10.
How long does it take to get those signs in,
The resolution says I have to post it in the newspaper, but we can have them up that day that the resolution is.
Oh, okay. That's printed in the county.
Yeah, we have the speed limit, so it'll take us a little bit to get the flashing light.
Oh, okay.
So you can do it in time for school, hopefully?
So, yeah, I would hope so. Yes.
No,
No,
it
August
starts like the
15th?
first week of August this year. It's the earliest my wife has ever started school.
Really?
Yeah,
The
Wow.
kids go
she
in
reports
there
on the 9th.
I
Do the
get speed
kids go
limits
in
on
then
some
too?
next week.
You can get the speed up sign.
Yeah, I won't be able to
Yeah.
have the flashing lights up, but we can have speed limiter and a flag on it for now.
You'll just have to stand out there with a manual.
I will find somebody.
What are you doing for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
He's tall, like a sign.
Might be easier to know what he's been doing.
Might get a little toasty.
Should be hot.
Yeah, my wife has a report August 9th. She said earliest in her career she's ever had to start.
And when did they start with the kids coming, 15th or the
The week after that.
Yeah.
week after the night? That was
Yeah.
Yeah, we started, if they use a certain Thursday and Friday or something, they give them a half
Mhm.
short week.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Because everyone felt they got shorted on Christmas break last year, so of course the calendar has adjusted to this year, you know. and-
Yeah, last year they didn't have much of a Christmas
Right,
break.
compared to usual. Mr. Holman, take on 10.
Years ago, they turn, try to look, turn, the shrink to that.
Doesn't do that anymore. Mine will, but it'll switch back.
Oh, no.
Well, so it's,
Actually, mine's been, and they want to do, like say she said the S24 or something, or the other. One of the other guys said, he has lesser phones than that. Is you go on all these rooms, pointing out it's my plan.
well, I have the iPhone and I guess, what's the name of it? My daughter has the cameras on it, just incredible.
Yeah.
And she, which you don't even need.
Mine for phone count.
This is pretty good.
I think
Hers is amazing. So, the her computer system from the Federal Trade Commission has been down. It's still not working.
I was wondering, did we get our stuff here taken care of?
Yeah, we had something over something saying so down a little bit.
We were on Friday.
Yeah. Which computer still isn't down. They're thinking that they have to, everybody said taking their laptops, you have to do something on all this. She works for remote, she can't get access to anything.
I think our digital payroll and employee system, UKG, is down. It's not working. I don't know if it's my app or I don't know if it's connected to this, and I don't know.
Who knows, yeah.
I'm gonna ask when I get to work tomorrow, but
Yeah, a lot
got the
of,
thumbprint thing on it that usually runs through and nothing on it's working.
I was over at Home Depot Saturday. And they couldn't access.
Yeah, somebody else was saying that too.
Everything was made, and I said, it's fine with me, I don't
We go back to those old credit card machines.
Yeah. Phones controls too much. Some sort of.
Going back to those, can I make a couple of suggestions? What else we go back to? A couple items.
Stamps.
Phone machine.
Cash.
Say it's progress, I'm not so sure.
I know, wasn't so long ago, we had those great big phones in the car.
Bag phones.
I remember those
Yeah,
little antennas and
we had
Yeah.
you had to
pagers.
plug it into the cigarette lighter.
Mhm. You did.
There's a classic, some of those old.
I was working up in the mountains up in Aspen area. We had carried pagers. And then we had to find a phone booth somewhere where paging is.
Phone booth.
Remember
Yeah, the
the line of
phones.
phones in Ogden?
Yeah,
Ogden at the city park used to have that 10 phone booths, because all the soldiers. Now, there's still one in Riley downtown, but it doesn't work. They've never removed it. It's just, it isn't the booth, it's just the one just on the post.
Oh, it is.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't work, but they have never removed it.
shopping center up here, in between copies for less than these guys, there's a shell of one just sitting there. No phone, it's just.
Yeah, when I was a kid in a small town of Canopus, that's kind of we had. It was just on a pole, a little phone that was out there in the weather, triangle, rectangle shaped phone.
It always seemed like I get to the phone booth and I'd never had a change. Okay.
Yeah, they used to be a dime, and then they went to a quarter.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Be voluntold.
Oh,
Actually, we ought to go back to that, cheaper than buying a cell phone, that's for sure. Service and all that.
Actually, I got my internet through Verizon as part of TV.
Mhm.
Like I say, and they said, it's not a good airplane, but I say, you can see the
flag.
tower, see the Verizon tower from my backyard. So it works great.
I can get, if I'm lucky, when I go up to like Rocket Park, if I'm lucky, I can get yards. But then I try to get,
My
nothing.
daughter has T-Mobile. That doesn't work at all.
Not around here, great for Kansas City, but.
I'm gonna try WTC for that. They say they're available in the city, but see, they haven't quite brought them over to me yet.
Phone bill, or a telephone bill, it's got both phones plus internet on it. Crazy amount.
I was so happy until I saw Clancy's project list. Because not only am I inheriting it, but it also reminded me that I have to put together my own, right? And we've been doing this. Shannon's been helping me. My weakest spot is in writing down what all I've done, right? Because it's like, I just want to get crap out the door, right? Like, I'm too busy. So I've got probably like 25 things that haven't even been written down that we're trying to go and put tabs on.
Hmm.
I feel sorry for Shannon and Jana, what I put them through. What's their hardest?
That's good you have it.
I did. That was a shame of pride.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
It's me.
Well, Clancy, you need to share your list, right?
Oh, he has. He has shared it. Oh, it was shared weeks ago. And Shannon and I are working on it. Like,
Okay,
we're working.
but you could just start brand new and not have anything on it for a while.
I'm afraid that would be not accurate. Right? It's more like I have to go back and dig through because I try to get stuff turned around so fast that sometimes it doesn't even hit the list. Right? It's just already done.
That's not me breaking my arm, patting myself on the back, it's just my style, so.
Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Clancy Holman, Island County Councilor. Deputy County Councilor Brian Carter has just violated the first rule of all criminal crimes. He's just pled guilty.
I was thinking the same thing.
Without
First evaluation note.
I can't help you. I gotta go in and confess. If you don't write things down,
A free confession.
please have mercy on it. See, late legal assistant. Commissioners, this is the updated project list. I'd be glad to answer any questions. One thing I do want to mention, it's time as we approach August, believe it or not, to start talking about the fall legislative conference and what dates the board might want to select for that. It will obviously be after November 5th. But we've had it at various times of the year. We've even had it in December before. It doesn't really what we've shown. And first of all, I believe that you'll want to do it in live, not virtually, not have a virtual component as an option, as we did the last one. But you might start thinking about what dates might work for us to do that on County Commission Day in sometime in November's tricky because you've got a limited period of time after the 5th before Thanksgiving. And then if you wait too long, then you're approaching, well, it's almost Christmas. So everyone's schedules on the legislative side get very full very quickly as you approach the beginning of the session. So I leave that up to you, but I would suggest you start looking at dates beginning the week after November 5th. And see what meeting dates on that you might be willing to schedule a legislative conference. We'll talk about it, and I won't send out invitations, obviously, until we have all three of you can say it works for you. But between that and as you approach Thanksgiving, then those couple weeks of meetings, take a look at those, and then let's talk about it at the next commission meeting because I want to get plenty of advance notice out to members of our delegation that they should be locking in one of those dates potentially. We've done them in the past, so we provide a meal, start at 12, we go to 2, and approach it that way, running past them. So this is assuming that you still want to do that. It's a good opportunity to connect with them. Timing wise, if you don't want to do it that soon, then I suggest you look at obviously after Thanksgiving and before Christmas. I'd like to at least begin that conversation and have you start looking at your calendars, please.
Do they have a legislative orientation session prior to Thanksgiving for new legislators? Do you know?
That I don't know. It sounds like something that the parties might do.
Seems like they do it just the week before.
A week before?
The week before the session starts. I think that the new ones come in, I think that's right.
Yeah.
They come in a week before the others.
Okay.
Sometimes I have preliminary committees might go as early as that first week in December, but it's usually
That leaves us.
just one chunk of time there. It's not like the whole month.
But it's something we may hear back from them. I start with your dates, a couple of dates and times that work for you. Run them past the delegation, and I encourage people to vote early and vote often because the first time I get a majority of the delegation that's available on the date you've selected, that's what we do. And it's worked really well. They're responsive. They're a good group. They always have it. Once they get a little bit of a nudge that we're serious about scheduling on a particular date or dates. And then I fearlessly tell the entire group who won and when we're going to be having it. It does not seem to suppress attendance. Please begin looking at your calendar. And as I said, I'll bring it up the next couple of meetings and try to sort something out. I don't think there was anything here in particular that I wanted to update you on specifically. I'd be glad to answer any questions you got on anything there or anything else that Bryant shortly will be devoting full time to.
And writing down.
and writing down. One would hope he might write it down. No, he's being honest about that. Very often as a kid, I always hated book reports. Like anybody, I love reading, but I hated book reports. This has kind of brought back those memories. I should confess. A little bit. It's a lot more fun to the activity and get it done rather than is to write it. But it's a good way for you to keep your eyes on those projects that are most important. Give you the ability to see progress and ask questions. Unless you have anything, that's all I've got. It ought to be enough to start thinking about legislative comments. While it's still nice and funky. Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy. Next, Commissioner Megan Lewis at 10:30.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, the Leonardville meeting on both August 29th and July 29th, which is
29th, this one was canceled.
in August.
Yeah, the August 29th, because they had other stuff going on.
Okay. And it is July 29th then. I have it both July 29th
No,
and
I
August
think so.
29th. That's what I.
I thought it was in August.
Yeah, we canceled July 29th.
Or July 20th.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Canceled one of them. Oh, yeah, it was in July when it was canceled, but it wasn't August. It was rescheduled.
I have it down August 29th, which is a Thursday for Leonardville.
No, that was, I got August 1st.
August 1st?
So it's
Well,
next
maybe
No,
I
with
have-
me, yeah, it is August
For
1st.
some reason, I put it down.
It's August 1st.
Yeah, August 1st.
Okay. Okay, so it went from the 29th to the 1st.
Because there was a bunch of stuff going on that night.
That's good to know. I noticed that last night. I was trying to schedule something.
Thank you for a minute.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would never have made it. Or I'd have showed up on Monday and. Okay. But it is not August. I don't know, we must have had that as a separate date or something. I don't know why I had it in there. Okay, I know what I did. I wrote it down in August rather than, or.
Oh, gotcha.
29th rather than, that's what I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a.
Rich, did you get a donut this morning?
I did not, I'm cutting back, because it was all nice of you.
It was-
Good. I was thinking, oh, everybody, you know, there to go out.
Yeah.
Or the plan.
Yeah.
That was nice of you. Susan was happy, there was plenty of chocolate.
Yeah.
She brought fruit to eat today, she goes, I can eat fruit tomorrow. That's what she told me.
And you gonna email me and she's like, which one goes best with the fruit smoothie? And like chocolate, of course.
Here you go.
Normally I have a shoulder and flying into the wall. But it's just, you know, I'm gonna.
Thing to do.
Of course, pick on anybody here. Yeah, I didn't get sent. Okay.
Like, yeah, I can't read what I didn't get.
Operator error. Can I talk to you? Sure. Rather than not, I can go over here.
Well, the rules is not picked on somebody that's bigger than, right?
Never. Never do that. That gets turned out back.
Did you guys arrest Bryant? Yeah.
Yeah,
See the news headlines now.
No, that, Vivian will deal with that.
Literally one meeting after meeting someone. Oh, I wasn't even tracking. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was not tracking. You think this one is not? No. Okay. I was like, that's not something I was worried about. That's them showing up. So, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks. It was not. I told Rich I was sure like, well, this week I knew how, but I think that I really need to get that over and get them department heads and even some departments. Yeah, I don't have space. I don't know what to do. I was like on that. Sorry, that was it at that? Was it? Yeah, because I asked Amanda, I said, because I didn't sign up. Yeah. And then I got a reminder, like me and 3 other departments. I said, well, are you sure I don't really think they need to meet with me. And she said, no, it was decided at this meeting is decided they should meet with participants. I don't think there's. Not just me, ambulance, and those are the departments that aren't in. So you're not here by yourself.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, does your tea ever change?
Not on Mondays and Thursdays.
Really?
Yeah.
I know there, so I didn't know if it's always.
I got stuff to make a different one at home, but I usually just stop and grab it on the way
Do you
in.
make that fancy stuff at home?
I can, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Did you, how do you look at it? Was like copycat stuff or?
It's just through Herbalife. I'm a distributor. I've been for 5 years, so I just get the product and it gets sent to me. And yeah, I can throw stuff together.
Things I never knew.
Yeah, it's good.
And it doesn't taste like tea though. I mean, it doesn't look like tea.
This tastes like a peach ring. That's what it is.
Okay.
So, some do, some don't. It has a thermogenic tea in there.
I have so much to learn.
Yeah, it's energy.
Yes, actually, that teas.
Yeah.
They also then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
It's here.
But yeah,
They say it's something.
yeah, well, maybe, because she's on the list.
Morning, Megan and Jesse.
Good morning.
How you two doing?
How are you? She-
Good.
There's the drink on a Monday morning, but it does.
Okay.
I just said things that I need to be done.
You should be.
And I did, they need to do it. And that's my question.
I gotta have to work out here too.
In my perspective, they don't need to. Maggie left her heart was that.
I'll get on the boat, and I'll row the same direction as everyone else.
She had pins in her face. So we had to. Something. So that's. All I can call. Jesse. I don't think that would work for me.
Wait, that would I have,
For
done,
you.
but it doesn't work for me.
You try to find something to do.
Yeah.
I don't think you at least have to.
Just very careful. I had to use a string. Yeah, I can't actually grab it.
I thought I had one there. These are. Vacations down there. I think so. I'd like to have really look at it. I was trying to get moments, but
And I opened it up and I was like, I called my sister, I'm like, oh my God, I like these foam rollers.
I did kind of. I put a scarf on, because it wouldn't be all fuzzy.
Okay, it's 10:30.
Good morning. I'm here today to request an out-of-state travel permit so that I can attend some training. Our agency was awarded the Bureau of Justice Administration 4-year adult drug court discretionary grant in 2022, which is how we fund our adult drug court. Within this grant, I am assigned 2 roles. I am an alternate grant award administrator, which means I assist in completing the programmatic award requirements and do grant award modifications. But primarily, I'm the financial manager, which requires I track all expenses, request reimbursements, ensure the purchases fall within the scope of the grant condition, and then I certify and submit quarterly federal financial reports. I completed all of the required training, but have not received any additional training. This 2-day training would be highly beneficial as we approach the final year of our grant, not only to ensure that we have been compliant so far, but also to prepare for the closeout, which we've been told federal grant closeouts are quite extensive. There is no cost to attend the seminar itself. The estimated cost for the travel, meals, and hotel would be $1,507, and it would all be covered by the BGA grant.
I move to approve out-of-state travel request for the basic financial training seminar for the Riley County Commission, Riley County Community Corrections Administrative System.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the out-of-state travel request for the basic financial training seminar for the Riley County Community Corrections Administrative Assistant 2. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Thank you.
You can go.
Right. So next I have fourth quarter line item adjustments, because you're line item adjustments over $5,000 requires that we get permission from you and our JCAP board. As we had anticipated at the beginning of the year, our personnel expenses in our adult services budget were over. So we did have to drain all of our agency operations, any funding we had left there to cover those expenses. And then we also moved about $7,000 out of that grant and paid it with carryover budget. So our total adjustments were $16,171.01. All of this is within KDOC grant money, so there's no county money involved in this for that verification. But we do just require permission. And there's a breakdown of where all of them went. Had to fit it on 2 pages, so.
Well, I would make a motion to approve the enclosed line item adjustments to be submitted to the KDOC.
Second.
It's been moved and approved to enclose the line item adjustments to be submitted to the Kansas Department of Corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
And then my final item for you is our revised FY25 adult services budget. As you're familiar, we did get additional funding from Clay County from the requested. And we also received an additional $84,808.55 from KDOC. So we had to go back in per KDOC rules and redo our budget. Originally, you have already approved this, and when you approved this, it was our grant amount was $488,000. So with those additional funds, our award request went up to $573,665. So the only changes are on our award requested and our total award budget, and then down on the actual budget line items where we applied the money. Everything else in the grant award is the same.
I move to approve the fiscal year 25 revised adult services budget.
I would second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the fiscal year 25 revised adult services budget. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Thank you all, and I'll pass it over to Megan. Morning.
Morning.
Community correction. So I am here today to discuss our quarterly and year-end outcome reports for both adult and juvenile services. As you may recall, we are required to receive approval from both the JCAB as well as the Board of County Commissioners. So we did receive our review and approval on the 18th from the Joint Corrections Advisory Board. And so today I'll present you with the same information and hopefully receive approval. So we'll start with our adult services. Our overall goal is to have a success rate of 75% or higher, or improve from the last fiscal year's success rate by 3%. We did not reach that. We had, however, I have some more information. We had 58 out of 103 cases that were closed successfully. However, that does not include our drug court participants. KDOC has not figured out a way to track the clients that receive expungement. So those are deleted and removed from the system completely. When reports are ran, we don't get credit for. There were 13 successful participants in this last year. So unfortunately, it has a huge impact on that overall number. And where we report it back to them each time asking for some way that they can change that system, but there isn't a way yet. So all we can do is document it and make sure that they're aware that we have had an additional chunk of successful completion. So as you can see there, that definitely had an impact on our overall numbers. We, some of the things that we're doing to improve on our end, we can collect all the data we want. They're going to go with their reports. So we've created spreadsheets. We're trying to revise them and make them more user friendly and inclusive of the data, so that if we were to have the opportunity for them to look at our data compared to theirs, that they might be able to recognize our numbers. As you move forward, the next thing that we wanted to address was our revocation rate. And right now we are at 30%. 31 out of 103 were revoked and remanded. There are different types of unsuccessful closures or revocations. So sometimes somebody is revoked but then put back on probation. Revoked or remanded means they were sent to prison. One of those individuals, something to be aware of is that we receive multiple clients every year that are presumptive to prison or border box sentencing. So they could have been sent to prison, but they were put on supervision with us and given another opportunity or given a downward dispositional departure. We also had an individual who later went and committed a new crime and was convicted of first-degree murder. So we are dealing with some tough clients on our caseloads. We continue to work to administer strategies and try to address our clients and hopefully promote behavior change by some of our courses, which we're going to talk about here in a second, and some of our in-house quality assurance. So our ISO 2, which is Amy Harper, completes quality assurance with our staff. And unfortunately, due to our staffing situation this year, we've had to reduce some of that because she is covering the Clay County office. So, but nonetheless, our staff has an average of 4.9 on their global rating on their quality assurance out of 5. So we had a goal of 4.7. So they did great on that. And we hope to increase that and follow our calendar a little bit better. So we break the year up into a calendar, and she has each staff is supposed to have so many of their interviews assessed, and we just haven't been able to hit the total number that we'd like to. So we're hoping moving forward, when we're fully staffed, we'll be able to do that. The next one is to increase probationer success, or other probationer successful, is to increase our courage to change successfully completions, and that has went great. We have an 81% success rate in that class. That class is something that is offered and presented by our care coordinator, Brett Rooney, and he does a great job. So we have a great completion rate in there. And then something that we conduct, we call epics, which they're
it's cognitive behavior change tools that we use with our clients, and we conduct QA on those as well to make sure that our staff is well versed in practicing and utilizing those tools as they are created and deemed to be used, and they do a great job there too. Everybody has showed proficiency in that area. Again, though, we're not able to do as much quality assurance right now as we have in the past because of our staffing issues. We have in our Courage to Change classes and in our cognitive classes, we also have what we do, we administer a PICS assessment. And that assessment, the goal is over the course of supervision, we help them to make positive changes. So when we do an exit score or exit assessment, their score improves. And our goal is to have the average improve by 3 points, and the average has improved by 11 points. So that's a really excellent outcome. Then that is all for that. So I think we probably have to end with the adult services, and then we'll start with you.
I'm gonna separate for each one.
Yeah.
I move to approve the ADFC fiscal year 24 adult services year-end outcome report.
I would second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the KDOC fiscal year 24 adult services year-end outcome report. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Okay, next up is our juvenile services fiscal year. And same, we presented that on July 18th to our Joint Corrections Advisory Board and received their approval as well. So we are here to hopefully get the board's approval. These reports are due to KDOC on October 1st. However, we wanted to make sure to get them done and submitted. Everybody have time for you to review. So moving into the juvenile services. With juvenile intake and assessment, our overall goal was to reduce juvenile arrests, so rearrests, individuals who come back through intake multiple times. 6.8% or 11 out of 162 intakes were there for a new or subsequent arrest. So that was a really good outcome for us. We did not have a lot of traffic of the same kids coming through over and over. Then we move on to our referral process with juvenile intake and assessment. As the board is aware, we are in the process of hiring 3 new employees that will start on July 30th. The 3 current juvenile intake officers that we have are fairly new, and they're still learning the process of referring new individuals who come through juvenile intake to the resources that we have in the community. So as part of our process in educating them on community resources, every month at our staff meeting, we are going over what we have available, what's out there, what they can refer these individuals to, as well as we're working to increase their ability to add this information into the KDOC website as well. Before April 1st, they did not have access to what we call Athena, so they could make those referrals of that information in themselves. We were able to get them added to that program before the end of June. So moving forward, we're hoping that we're able to get more referrals in that system by our on-call officers. And then on to juvenile intensive supervision. 11 out of 13 completed the program successfully. So that's an 84% success rate. Michael McNabb does an awesome job there. And to increase the number of completed program hours. So again, I know you've heard this story before. We do not have a way to track things in their system. They want us to keep track of things, but we can't pull reports and data from their system. So our juvenile officer is responsible for keeping track of every hour, program hour that his clients complete. So if they're attending a class, if they're going to treatment, if they're all of that, hour per hour, he's responsible for keeping track of that. So unfortunately, some of those get missed in tracking because they don't get reported back to him from providers. He was able to track 661 hours out of the 983 potential hours. So 67% of potential program hours were tracked. And then for our IIP program, the Youth Court Immediate Intervention Program, we had let's see, we wanted to have a 93% success rate, and we actually had, in Q4, we had 18 out of 18 participants were successful. And then the year overall, 71 participants out of 71 were successful. So he's had 100% success rate. He did want to know, 2 of his individuals did pick up new arrests during the time that they were on that program. However, they still were able to fulfill their obligations for the program and successfully complete. And then no new arrests at the completion of that program. He had completed 67 assessments, their overall assessments to determine kind of where their risks and needs are. And out of those, that they were not able to get a baseline. So from the following year, 69 out of 71 participants, or 97 that exited had no new arrests. So that's that 2 that we accounted for. And then for our numbers for the reinvestment grant in the Q4, he had 100% success rate. He did have 2 individuals, or 4%, did have violation reports, which would be the individuals that had those arrests. And then that bottom data is just numbers that, unfortunately, the Kansas Department of Corrections forgot that for their federal grant, they needed to track some data from 2023. So they requested us to try to find out different information, and he did his best to get that data for them. So statewide, they weren't able to pull all the data they needed for their grant because they never adjusted it and didn't have us tracking. So that is all for that.
Okay, this motion says fiscal year 23.
23 or 24.
Did we get the wrong page in it?
No, this is just on our motions.
Under
the second
motions,
car.
this one, you haven't gone to the end of 24 yet, so.
Well, it should have been 24.
No, they're
Fiscal year.
fiscal years.
They're all, that's right, the fiscal year, it goes July, yeah, so.
Again, their definition of fiscal, the states.
Very much so.
So on our motion that is stated, it should say for year 24.
You are correct.
Okay. Well, then I'd make a motion to approve the Kansas Department of Corrections Juvenile Services year-end outcome report for year 24. Sorry.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the KDOC fiscal year 24 juvenile services year-end outcome report. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Thank you. Just 2 other things I want to bring to your attention. We do have the Sunflower grant that we received last year. They have an opening for a grant application that ends on August 2nd. So we are collaborating with Pawnee Mental Health to apply for another round of grants through them. And then we'll also have our city alcohol grant that will be due August 11th. So we'll be applying for some funds for that as well.
Thank you for the advance notice, because that is what they need to hear.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I always get mixed up on the fiscal year.
Yeah, fiscal year does get confusing, but they had that wrote down in the motion.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the last item on the agenda. I don't have anything else.
Intergov at noon, commissioners, and understanding you won't be there, Commissioner.
Yeah, but if something else pop up, I'm gonna have to head out here pretty quick.
I moved to adjourn the. Where were we? 22nd. So 22nd meeting.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the July 22nd meeting of the